Good morning guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I have, as promised, my blind buy fails video that I've been promising you. I have had a lot of really good successful perfume purchases so far in 2023, which is kind of scary to say because it's only the end of January, but I have found some really amazing perfumes that I'll be sharing with you in a comprehensive haul video very soon. But unfortunately there were a few blind buy fails, and in today's video I'm going to share them with you. And today's video is in collaboration with Royalty Scents. If you guys haven't heard of Royalty Scents, they are a subscription fragrance company that has tons of different niche and designer scents, and you basically can choose if you want to have 1 or 2 fragrances sent to you every month for a really minimal fee so that you can experience these perfumes without having to dish out a ton of money and invest in a full bottle. So if you guys are anything like me and you don't live near a perfume counter, but you really want to explore more perfumes, and maybe near you don't have access to a lot of these higher end or like niche houses, even if you go to some department stores, they often still don't have a very big selection of a lot of niche houses. I really want to explore more from the niche world, and I actually started my own subscription with Royalty Scents. So the perfumes I'm going to be talking about from them that they shipped to me, 2 of them were actually purchased with my own money, and the other 4 were ones that they had sent me for today's video. So this is something I actually invest in myself. This is a subscription service that I myself already do. And I did this because I thought this was such a great way to be able to experience really high-end niche and designer fragrances without having to commit to a full bottle. And I have tried other subscription services before. I have to say that I am the most impressed with Royalty Scents. I like their selection, I like their shipping, I like that they have the name of the perfume on the bottom of the atomizer, because a lot of subscription or like little decant companies don't have the name written anywhere on the bottle, or you have to pull the decant out of the little atomizer to see what the name is. On these ones you don't have to, it's written right on the bottom, which is really nice if you're just trying to grab and go. And I also like these because they're the perfect size to throw in your handbag and take with you if you're on the run or going on vacation or something like that. They're perfect for travel, and I thought this would be such a great way to give myself some more time with perfumes such as Tiziana Terenzi that are literally hundreds of dollars, and I wanted to experience in depth, not just a sample, but like be able to wear it for a while without having to commit to a full bottle. So I don't know anywhere, you guys, that you can get a bottle of Tiziana Terenzi for $20 a month, but with Royalty Scents you can experience the perfume for $20 a month, and it will last you a good while. An 8ml decant is designed to last you about a month if you wear it consistently, so you have at least a month worth of fragrance. And if you want to get it for another month, you can do that, or if you want to switch it up and get a different perfume, you can do that. And I highly recommend. It has been such a smooth service. It only took about a week to get to me all the way up here in Canada from the day that they shipped. So how it works is you choose your fragrances for each month. You can even put your perfumes in a queue, so you can pick what you want to try for the next month and the next month, and you can do many months in advance. I've already gone through and selected all the perfumes I wanted to try, but you can also go through and change them out up until I think the 9th of each month. You can actually change the perfume, and then if you haven't changed your selections, then on the 9th of the month that change window closes and they will just ship them to you. You can also select different plans, so you can select 1 perfume per month or 2 perfumes per month to be shipped to you. Because of course I want to discover all the perfumes, I chose the 2 perfume option, but honestly you guys, if they had like a 3 or a 4 perfume option, I would have gone with that too, because it still would have been cheaper than blind buying bottles. So don't make the same mistakes that I did, you guys. If you're tempted to get a perfume, or you've seen rave reviews, or you just think it's too much hassle to order samples and stuff, sign up for Royalty Scents, and this way you can try these perfumes for a lot less money and really get a feel for if you're going to like them or not. If you guys are interested, I will have all of the details down below, how you can sign up, the website. I definitely recommend. Like I said, I've had a great experience being up here in Canada, and if you live in the US, I'm sure it would be even smoother, even faster shipping. So do check everything out down below. Thank you so much again to Royalty Scents for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get into some of the fragrances that they've sent to me, and then I will tell you about my blind buy fails. Okay, so the 2 that I want to show you quickly before I get into the ones that I really like are the 2 that I didn't like as much. I always like to save my favorite things for last, and this fragrance here is from Tiziana Terenzi, and is called Foconero or Foconero. I'm not sure if I'm saying that properly. This one is actually my least favorite. And then this one is a Borea, and Borea is actually very pretty, but I don't know if it's really my style. So these atomizers are really beautiful, by the way. They have a really pretty mist to them. Okay, so this one is actually very nice for men. This is a very like aromatic, woody, fresh, like citrusy kind of fragrance with a little bit of depth to it. It's actually quite nice, but it's just obviously not my cup of tea. It's very, very masculine, and I didn't really know what to expect with this one. This was like a blind one that I thought would be good to try, and it just really isn't my cup of tea. So good for men, very fresh. There's juniper, there's lavender, there's some lime, there's lemon, bergamot, salt, cardamom, a little bit of ylang-ylang in there. There's oak moss, cedar, sandalwood, and patchouli. And there's even a little bit of lemon in the opening. So it is a nice scent, but I think for men, obviously, and not really my cup of tea. So that is the first one. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I do have a few fragrances to go through with you guys here. So I would say Foconero, and again, I don't know if I'm saying that properly. This would be a good one to try for a man who's looking for a really nice aromatic, like masculine leaning fragrance, but this one is definitely not my cup of tea. So this next one is called Borea, and this one is actually more feminine. This one is more feminine, and this one I'm going to have to play with on my skin and wear in the summer because it actually smells quite nice. Yeah, it actually smells really nice. Really, really nice. Yeah, so this one I'm going to have to play with. It is a coconut fragrance, and as you guys know, I sometimes have a hard time with coconut. So in here you have coconut, almond, pear, a little bit of plum. Maybe it's that plum that's kind of throwing me off a bit, but this is a beautiful fragrance. You also have tuberose, jasmine, freesia, rose, vanilla, musk, sandalwood, and oak moss. Actually, coming back to it today, I like it better today more than I did the first day I sprayed it. It's quite nice. I'm actually getting a lot of like a vanilla coconut almond today. It's very pretty, very pretty. Yeah, actually I like this better today than I did when I first sprayed it. But still my favorites are coming up. So this one is actually really beautiful. This would be good for the summertime. It has this beautiful kind of sweetness to it, I think coming from that tuberose and a little bit from that pear. This is actually beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have to play with the Borea. I didn't think I liked it when I first sprayed it. This is actually so beautiful. If you guys like a vanilla coconut almond, if you want something that's great for the summertime, actually check out this one. This is a good one. I would say definitely throw this in your monthly subscription. Yeah, this is good. It's so funny because I never hear anybody talk about this one, but it's beautiful. And I've tried a lot of Tiziana Terenzi. I'm surprised I've never heard anybody mention this one, but it's really pretty. Okay, so that one's gorgeous. Do check that one out. That is Borea from Tiziana Terenzi. This one's definitely worth trying out on myself. I will be putting this in my little container that I have where I keep all of my little like atomizers that are this size so I can kind of like play with them. Okay, the next one is Creed Fleurissimo. I hope I'm saying that properly. Man, my table is going to be so full of perfume after today. So if you guys watch my channel, I've told you that I'm not a huge fan of a lot of Creed fragrances. I haven't found a Creed that is for me. When I smelled this one, I thought maybe I've found a Creed that would work for me. This is really beautiful. This is like a very soft, like powdery, I get yellow floral. Like this is, to me, this is mostly a yellow floral fragrance, although online people are saying the tuberose is stronger, but I honestly don't get that. Like for me, I get much more of the ylang-ylang. This is a very fresh, beautiful fragrance. It's got violet leaves, it's got bergamot, mandarin orange, tuberose, rose, jasmine, ylang-ylang, neroli, orris, sandalwood, and cedar. So this is a really pretty one for the summer. This is actually giving me Chanel beige vibes. I think if you like Chanel beige, or if you've ever smelled that one and you like that one, this would also be a really nice one to check out. This is like a very sophisticated summer perfume, very sophisticated floral. It smells very clean, a little bit soapy. If you like those fragrances kind of like Prada La Femme, like this also gives me Prada La Femme vibes. So this one is kind of like Prada La Femme meets Chanel beige for me, is what I'm getting, and it's really pretty. Very, very strong as well. Obviously, as we know with Creed, you're going to get that quality, you're going to get the performance. For me, sometimes Creed can almost be a little bit headache inducing because it is so strong. So this is definitely one to check out if you are a fan of those clean, soapy, floral fragrances for summer. You do have to like a little bit of a powderiness, and you do have to like yellow florals. Do check this one out. I actually don't get tuberose in this one. So that one's really nice. So that is the Creed Fleurissimo. Okay, the next one is Tom Ford's White Suede. And this is one that I've actually smelled before in the department store and didn't really know if I liked it enough to buy it, but it was one I wanted to play with a little bit more, which is why I wanted the, what do you call it? The decant. So these are 8 ml decants, so you really do get a lot in here, so you can kind of play around with it. And I should say as well, this is one of the ones that was sent to me. The ones I ordered for myself were the Creed Fleurissimo. I ordered this one myself. This came with my monthly subscription. And I also ordered the Spirito Fiorentino from Tiziana. So these ones were my own. I paid for those. And this was one of the ones that I had asked to be sent to me. So let's give this guy a little spray. So this is one of the most soft, clean, beautiful suede fragrances that I've ever smelled. It doesn't really give leather, like it doesn't give a strong suede leather component. I would say this gives more of like a musky component, and also clean and kind of like laundry. This is actually so pleasant, so pleasant. This could be an everyday signature scent. You could wear this to the office. It's very inoffensive. It is not sharp. It's very smooth. It's actually kind of a welcomed change to everything I've been smelling today. I've kind of smelled a lot of like really strong, potent fragrances that are very in your face, and almost like when you smell something like Creed is so strong and it almost can give you a little bit of a headache, or at least it can almost give me a headache. This is not headache inducing at all. It's a very like laundry, fresh, clean, soft suede. Yeah, I guess it does smell like suede. Like the suede is in there, but it's not giving me super leathery. This is really pretty. If you like something like Jo Malone Peony and Blush Suede, you would probably really like this. This one's white suede, right? And then there's also Santal Blush, which is like a sandalwood one. I'm gonna have to try Santal Blush and compare it to this one, but I really like this one. So the notes that you have in here are thyme, tea, lily of the valley, saffron, rose, suede, musk, sandalwood, olibanum, and amber. And all that to say, this kind of smells like a fresh, laundry, clean version of a suede perfume. It's very much like freshly washed linens combined with a really soft suede. So it's like crisp white linen t-shirt vibes. Very sophisticated, elegant, everyday appropriate, inoffensive, soft, feminine, beautiful. Really, really nice. I like this one a lot. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So this is one I'm going to have to play around with a little bit. I don't really know when would I wear this. I'd probably wear this just like on a everyday kind of basis, or if I had an office job, I'd probably wear it to the office. It's really, really nice. I like this one. And I also want to get a little decant of the Santal Blush because I would like to wear both of them and compare the two. But this is really, really nice. So that one is the Tom Ford White Suede. This one gets 5 out of 5 from me. Okay, the next one is Happy Hour from Christian Dior. And this one I was really excited to try because I love Dior and I've been wanting to explore more from their private collection. And this one just sounded really pretty. So let's give it a spray. So I love this one, you guys. I really love this one. Although there's quite a few that are really good, but this one's definitely up there for me. Oh, this is so good, you guys. So this is a very simple perfume, very simple fragrance. On Fragrantica, it's showing only 3 notes. I'm not sure if there are more notes on the Dior website, but on Fragrantica, it says ylang ylang, cranberry, and jasmine. Really not something I would ever think to blind buy, or something I would ever think, oh, I would really like that. Like, to look at those notes, I wouldn't think this would be my cup of tea at all. This to me is a beautiful, fruity summer scent. It's perfect for like warm summer days. It smells very happy. It smells very uplifting. It's very, very feminine. It's it smells like something you would wear when you are kind of a boss woman, you've got your life together and you're celebrating, you're just living your best life. You're celebrating your life and all that life has to give. And it's just like an uplifting, sweet yellow floral with a little bit of that sexy jasmine undertone as well. It kind of almost smells a little bit like champagne. It almost smells like a tropical, like fruity drink. It kind of smells like a tropical fruity drink in a sense, but very sophisticated version. It perfectly fits the name Happy Hour. I just picture a successful career woman who has her life together and she's going out for drinks after work with her girlfriends on a beautiful patio. I don't get cranberry specifically by itself. That wasn't what I got. Now that I looked at the notes, it's a little bit different to me. It's like giving me a different perspective. But to me, I just got like a very bubbly, like champagne-like floral, fruity fragrance for the summer. Really nice. All right, and the last one that I got from Royalty Scents, this is one that actually came with my monthly subscription service. This is one of the very first ones I've received. I should be getting another one in 2 weeks. I'll share with you my finds when I get that package. But this is Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Fiorentino. I told you guys I was going to be getting a decant of this and sharing my thoughts on it with you. I did have a sample, like a random sample that I got from somewhere, I don't even know where, and I loved it. It was like a love at first sniff, and I just wanted to be able to experience it a little more before committing to a full bottle. Okay, so this one is quite a mind-blowing perfume. Like this one's really, really good. Ooh. She is potent and beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so good. This is very much along the lines of Baccarat Rouge 540, the extrait version. Not so much the original. This is more the extrait version. It's a little bit deeper. I don't know if you've tried BR 540, the original and the extrait. The extrait is more of that like bitter almond, sort of a deeper vibe to it. It's got like a deeper woodiness to it. This has a bit of that deeper woodiness. It also has saffron and ambergris similar to BR 540, so I think that's why this is giving BR 540 vibes. Ooh, it's good. It's so good, you guys. Oh, this one's pretty amazing. I really like it. So the notes that you have in here are saffron, orange, jasmine, and lily in the opening. So it is a little bit feminine. You have a little bit of a femininity in there with those floral notes. It also has magnolia, ylang-ylang, and lily of the valley. There's ambergris. There's leather, birch, precious woods, musk, oak moss, and sandalwood. This is a masterpiece perfume, you guys. This is one of the most beautiful perfumes I've ever smelled. It was one of the first perfumes that from Tiziana Terenzi that I actually liked. I told you guys I have a hard time with Tiziana perfumes. I don't know what it is. A lot of them just have this like underlying DNA that kind of sometimes rubs my nose the wrong way. This doesn't do that. This is smooth and beautiful. It's so pretty. So you know what's interesting is I wouldn't have guessed, I mean, I guess now that I've seen the notes I can pick it out, but I wouldn't have guessed this was a leather fragrance. It's so well blended. It's not a like leather jacket, leather car seat, like animalic leather type of fragrance. It's very vibrant and airy. It's so nice. I can smell the leather in it now that after I looked at the notes, I was like, okay, I can get leather. It's, I think, pretty unisex, but I think anybody could wear it and pull it off really well. Like I wouldn't be afraid to wear this, but I would also like to smell it on a man. This is one of the ones I definitely wanted a larger decant of, and that is one of the things that I do like about Royalty Scents. This is why I started my own monthly subscription with them before they even asked if I wanted to try some of their fragrances, just because I wanted to be able to really take my time with perfumes. That's something I'm trying to do this year, is really take my time with perfumes before I commit to a full bottle, and you get such a generous amount. So just to show you, like, this is the amount that you get in the decant. This is 8 mils. That will take me a long time to go through because I have so many perfumes. I certainly don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a full bottle of this perfume. I just kind of want to play around with it, see if it's something that ends up being something I do want a full bottle of one day. It's a very expensive perfume, and I just think this is the best way to experience fragrances without having to shell out tons of money. So that is my favorite one from Royalty Scents for the day. And now let's get into my blind buy fails. Okay guys, so I don't want to spend too much time going into depth about these blind buy fails because I have spoken about this one in particular on a dedicated video. If you want to see my thoughts on this perfume in more depth, do check out that video. This one was the only one out of today's blind buy fails that was actually sent to me and turned out to be a fail. All of the other ones I purchased with my own money, so yeah, very disappointing. So this one is Blue Heart from Thameen, and this one was getting a lot of hype, and I'm really glad that I didn't purchase this or spend a lot of money on it because I would have been super, super disappointed. So beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation. Love the House of Thameen in general. I want to discover more from Thameen. I actually had Peregrina, which is gorgeous, but I let that one go because it bothered my boyfriend. So this perfume has notes of saffron, coconut, orris, vanilla, tonka bean, cypriol oil, amber, and white musk. It's a beautiful perfume. I can say without a doubt, honestly, it's a beautiful perfume, but there's something in this perfume that is almost like instant headache to me. I do not like the way it smells. Even if you paid me money, I would not wear this perfume. I just can't do it. There's something in here that seriously bothers me. I don't know if it's the amber and the saffron mixed together. There's just something in here that just does not, like, oh, it physically makes me feel sick to my stomach, you guys. It gives me a headache. It like takes my brain and it just like, I feel like my brain is in a vice when I smell this perfume. It just is like a visceral negative response. So it's just another reminder to not always listen to hype about perfumes and really to get samples if you can. It can be very tempting to blind buy perfumes like this, especially when everybody is raving about them and it has such a beautiful name and the notes look phenomenal and people are raving about it. And to be fair, I can see why people are raving about this perfume because it is great. It's a beautiful perfume. It just isn't good for me. It just isn't good for me. So no shade to Thameen, no shade to people who like this. It just doesn't work out for me. So that is Thameen's Blue Heart. The next fragrance that was a blind buy fail for me, actually this wasn't even really blind, I just hadn't smelled it in a long time. This is Byredo Lil Fleur. And this is one that I told you guys when I did one of my best perfumes from each house video. I told you that this would be the next Byredo I would have in my collection because the last time I was at a perfume counter and smelled all of them, this was the one that really jumped out at me. I thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was a really like sweet, feminine, pretty floral fragrance, and I thought it was really nice. And I thought the next time I get a Byredo, this is going to be the one that I get. So after Christmas, I decided to treat myself and I got this perfume, and you guys, it's like an instant scrubber for me. I don't know what changed. I don't know if it just smelled different to me in the store. But it just goes to show how important it is to get samples and to really take time with a perfume, because for some reason, this doesn't smell to me the way I remember it smelling. It smells kind of the same, but there's something about it that I don't like, and especially once it gets on my skin, I really don't like it. So the notes that you have in here are cassis, saffron, and tangerine. In the middle, you have damask rose and leather, and in the base, you have woody notes, ambergris, and vanilla. So again, those notes don't sound like something that would really jive with me, but like I said, in the store, I really liked this perfume, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's pretty. It still is pretty. It's quite beautiful. So see, I'm understanding why I liked it. Like, I'm understanding why I liked it. And maybe I'll change my mind about this one. I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's just not a love, that's all. I might have to just take some time with it. Maybe I'll try wearing it in the summertime and see how I feel. I might just put this one away in storage and come back to it. But it has this, it's quite beautiful. Yeah, see, I understand why I liked it. So it has this beautiful kind of tart scent to it. It's like a tart, sweet rose fragrance. I don't get a ton of leather. I don't really want to spray it again either because it's quite a strong perfume, and I would recommend this one. Like, if you're looking for a beautiful rose scent, check it out. It's just that once I got it home and sprayed it, I was like, I don't know if this is how I remember it smelling, but it's quite beautiful and it's quite unique. and it's really pretty. So I'm gonna have to take some time with this one, you guys. I guess it's not a complete fail, but the day that I smelled it, it did smell quite different to me compared to how I remembered it in the store. And I think maybe it's once I get it on my skin and then the leather might come through a little bit more, and the vanilla, I'm really not sure. If you have Lil Fleur, if you like this perfume, can you let me know your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? Did it take a while to grow on you, or like, what is your perception? Sometimes when you hear a perception of somebody else, it changes your perception, because I'm just not sure how I feel about this one. So that one is my second purchase fail, although I don't know if it's really 100% a fail. I'm gonna have to come back to it, but currently I'm just not like head over heels in love, but I do think it's really pretty. All right, the next blind buy fail is from none other than Xerjoff. I actually have two Xerjoff fails in today's video, which is really unfortunate. Both of them were blind. Again, it just goes to show that you can't think you're gonna love a perfume just because other people love a perfume. And I should have known better with this one, because when I was looking at reviews, people compared this one to Roses Vanille from Mancera, and they also compared it to Intense Cafe from Montal, both of which I can't do. They just don't work out for me. I've had both of them before, and especially the Montal Intense Cafe just was not my kind of perfume. So you guys can probably figure out what one this is. I wanted to show you the packaging because it is so luxurious and beautiful. So this is a box within a box within a box. If you ask me, it's actually a little bit obsessive. It's a little bit excessive. I don't think we need this much packaging. I find it wasteful. It would have been perfectly fine to come in a little cardboard box that could have been recycled. But I guess for people who want to store their perfumes and keep them in pristine condition, it's nice to have these boxes, but I do think it's a little much. So it's like a padded leather, beautiful presentation, beautiful box. It opens up like so to reveal the fragrance inside. You've got this beautiful like felt paper sort of that says Xerjoff all over. And then you have the fragrance inside in this little, again, leather bed. Like, it is just ridiculously extravagant. It's really, really nice. So this is Cambridge Club. Is it beautiful, like in presentation? Yes. Is the scent beautiful? Yes. So this is kind of, to me, a more like rounded, softer, creamier, smoother version of like Intense Cafe or Roses Vanille. Roses Vanille from Mancera was a gorgeous, incredible, intoxicating, super good performing perfume. This is very, very similar to Roses Vanille for me. Very, very similar. I would say that this one is kind of like Roses Vanille, less harsh, less screechy, not so loud sister. Pretty much like Roses Vanille, just a little bit smoother. It's just like smoother. And unfortunately for me, I don't love Roses Vanille anymore. I used to really like it, but these days I can't wear it. There's just something about it that doesn't work for me. It's like that sugary sweetness that I can't do. And this is also kind of a sugary sweet rose. And I think that they said there's also a note of coffee in here. This does smell quite a lot like Intense Cafe from Montal. If you like Intense Cafe, Deluxe from Tiziana Terenzi, Mancera Roses Vanille, if you like those kind of perfumes, this is one you will probably love. It wasn't that expensive either, you guys. You can get these on discount websites for not too expensive. But nonetheless, it just ended up not working out for me. It's not a perfume I can wear. It's very pretty. I recommend it. I think it's great. Longevity is good. Performance is good. But if you're asking me, Roses Vanille is so similar, and you can get it for cheaper, and it has way better projection, and it's just like a louder fragrance. Like I said, they're not quite the same, but if you're asking me, I would say maybe save your money and go with Roses Vanille. That's just my thoughts. So this one did not work out for me. I kind of knew it wouldn't. I thought it wouldn't. But I still wanted to try it because it was on so many people's like top 10 Xerjoff lists, and for good reason. It's a nice DNA. It's a likable DNA. I totally get why people like it, but there's just so many other perfumes that are like it, and I don't like the scent profile. So should have known better, but now I can say I've tried it. So that is my first Xerjoff blind buy fail, and that is Cambridge Club. Okay, this next perfume that was a blind buy fail is another Xerjoff. Comes in the same extravagant packaging. I just wanted to show you. And this one unfortunately had such good reviews, and so many people, you guys, I'm so easily influenced. So many people have been talking about this perfume. I've seen it pop up on so many like thumbnails on YouTube, and then I looked up reviews that were specific to it, and I really listened to what people said. And you know how sometimes you know a perfume probably isn't going to work out for you, but you still cling to the hope that somehow when you get it, it'll be like magical or like different or better than you imagined, and somehow it will put a spin on it and it'll just work out for you, even though you know that by the notes and stuff, it's not likely to work out. That was this perfume. Take a second to guess down below which Xerjoff I got that did not work out, that is super hyped at the moment. Just take 2 seconds and just write it. Just write it down below. So you probably guessed right. It is La Capitale. So I'm so sad about this. I wanted to like this so badly. And to be fair, I probably could give it a little bit more time. I have only worn it once and I haven't given it a whole lot of time. But this is a very strawberry dominant perfume. And if you guys know me, you know that I don't really like a lot of strawberry dominant fragrances. Things like Burberry Her, pretty much anything with a prominent strawberry note, I just don't like because I don't like the way strawberry smells. Same thing with cherry. Cherry is not something I like. But I was hoping that this might be a little bit different because it also has quite strong facets of caramel, peach, labdanum, vanilla, benzoin. There's even a little bit of leather in here. So I kind of thought that maybe all of that would balance out and I wouldn't notice the strawberry as much, or maybe it would like blend in a certain way that just made it magical. So this is going to be my first time smelling it again in probably a week and a half, probably 2 weeks. I haven't smelled it for a couple of weeks. But I really don't think there's much of a chance that I'm going to like it, but maybe I will. I'm going to take some more time with this one because so many people do love it. And in this perfume's defense, once it does dry down, it's less strawberry and it's more creamy, caramelly. So let's actually just go ahead and spray this again because I kind of want to experience all parts of this perfume again with you guys. Okay. So when you first spray it, it's very fruity. It's very strawberry and peach dominant. You do get the caramel. It's kind of a, I don't know. I don't want to say it's a linear scent, but it doesn't have like a very definitive like top, middle, and base. It kind of just becomes a little bit more caramelly as it dries down and a little bit less strawberry. It's very sweet. It does have a woody component to it. That's probably coming from the labdanum that's in here, and there's also amber in here. There's also saffron, so there is a little bit of a spiciness, a little bit of an airy. You know what? You know what's in here? I think it's the saffron. I think I have a hard time with saffron and amber together, along with sweet notes, because this has the same kind of saffron that Blue Heart has. I think now I'm understanding why I don't like this one. Yeah. I mean, on skin, this is a little bit better on me. It turns a little bit more caramel, a little bit more vanillic, but I just don't like this. Like, I would be forcing myself to like this if I kept it. It's too bad. It's really too bad. This is kind of like Blue Heart. Take away the coconut and replace it with like strawberry and peach for me, which is just not a thing. Nope, I don't like it. I actually like this even less today than when I first got it. And when I first got it, I went all out. I was like, hey, I don't think I like it that much, but I'm going to wear it. I put it on my skin. I put it on my clothes. I tried. I asked people around me what they thought. Did they think I smelled good? Did they like how it smelled? And they preferred another perfume that I'm going to share with you in another video, which was a success, one of my new favorite discoveries. Everybody preferred that perfume over this one. Not a single person who I asked said that they liked this one better than that other perfume. Yeah, I just cannot do this. For me, this is kind of a mess. It's kind of like a spicy, slightly airy, woody, ambery, peach, strawberry. And it just does not work for me. It just does not work for me. I actually severely dislike this at the moment. So I'm going to put the cap on it. But that is is that my second last? That's my second last blind buy fail. By the way, if anybody likes any of these perfumes and you want them, let me know. I will give them to you for a much bigger discount than you would ever get online. I just kind of want them to go to good homes. But this one I don't think will work for me. It's definitely going to have to go. So that is Xerjoff La Capitale. Sadly, super hyped, super big fail. All right, guys, and the last blind buy fail, and I think the most expensive and probably my biggest disappointment. I was so excited to get this perfume, is Blanche Bete. And I think the name of the perfumer, or not the perfumer, but the house is Liquides Imaginaires. I'm not sure if I'm saying that properly, so please forgive me. This is such a beautiful bottle, and everything about this I wanted to like, and I thought I was gonna like it. You guys, when I first caught wind of this perfume, I watched review after review after review. I read all the reviews, I looked at the notes, and I thought this was going to be amazing. And it turned out to, and I, like, even to the point that I could have gotten a 5 ml sample, and I was like, nope, I am so certain that this is going to be great that I ordered a full bottle. That was so stupid. I just get caught up. It's one of these like bad perfume habits. I get so caught up in big bottle obsession is what I call it. The lust to have this big bottle that I forego the smart thing, which would have been just getting a sample. So let me give you a close-up of this bottle. Really interesting, really unique. This is the first fragrance I've ever tried from Liquides Imaginaires. It's gorgeous and it just looks so amazing and beautiful sitting on a tray or anywhere, and I'm just so sad that I don't like it. So the notes that you have in here are milk, mystical, I'm not sure what that is, ambrette or musk mallow, tuberose, mahonial, again, don't really know what mahonial smells like, incense, jasmine, vanilla, musk, cacao, and tonka bean. So I like lactonic fragrances. I like musk mallow. I love vanilla. I like jasmine. I can handle tuberose if it's done blended well with other notes. I like a little bit of incense. I love vanilla. I love musk. I love tonka bean. I love cacao. So this perfume, by all rights, should have been like amazing for me. And I kid you not, this literally makes me nauseated. I can't wear it. So people were describing this as like
a unicorn perfume, a mystical, magical fairy perfume, fluffy, soft, comforting, compliment getter, greatest thing on earth, the best gourmand, milky, fluffy, sweet vanilla perfume you've ever smelled.
It just sounded like this was the it perfume. This was the it perfume. I needed it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So let's go ahead and give this girl a spray. I want to experience this perfume again with you guys and tell you my full thoughts from opening to finish. Okay, so I really like the opening. And I can see why people are going crazy for this perfume. I can understand it, but there's something in it that I just can't do. So the opening is, so it's like a sweet, milky tuberose and also a little bit musky and skin-like sort of. It's quite pretty. And you also get a little bit of that jasmine, which is kind of like that sweet, sexy white floral. I actually really like jasmine. It's one of my favorite white florals. It is fluffy and it is a little bit chocolatey. And I don't know what's in here, but I can't do it. Okay, I don't know what it is. It's also a little bit like comforting, relaxing, like a fabric softener sheet, sort of. Like there's a little bit of this comforting, soft fabric softener vibe that I get. It's a little bit creamy and whipped cream, sort of like you would get in Ariana Grande Cloud. It has a little bit of like that component to it. It's very milky, and I wonder if it's not that milk that is too much for me, like too lactonic maybe. I don't know. I know some people have a hard time with lactonic fragrances. I really like lactonic fragrances if they're blended super, super well and the milk isn't like the first note. Something like commodity milk, I think is what it's called. I don't care for that one. And I think it's kind of the same thing here. Also, I think the tonka bean, which is very powdery and a little bit nutty, if you know like what a strong tonka bean perfume smells like, I think it's that powdery nuttiness combined with a ton of milk. It just turns me off, you guys. And there's something else. I don't know if it's that mahonial, because I don't even know what mahonial is. There's also this thing they call mystical. I don't know what those notes are, if they're fantasy notes, if it's like a new flower, I don't know. But there is something in here that bothers me so much. That first spray is like, ooh, gourmand, fluffy, pretty. And right now, and as it is on the paper, and what happens on my skin and what happens on my clothing, I sprayed this on my lounge top, and you guys, I just wanted to do my laundry. I just wanted to wash it off. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I dislike this so strongly at the moment. The opening was very pretty. I liked the opening. I just can't. And it gives me a bit of a headache too, and it makes me so sad. This was an expensive perfume, and it's beautiful. It really is beautiful, and I understand why people like it. It is unique, and I've never smelled anything quite like it. Yeah, I've never smelled anything quite like it, and I totally understand why people are going bananas over this perfume. I totally understand. So I don't know if anybody wants this, or if you guys want to buy samples from me or something. Like, I don't know if I could find an economical way to do it, but like, please sample this before you buy it. I know that it's tempting to buy it because it's so hyped and it sounds amazing, and just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. But I would strongly suggest finding a sample of this before you commit to a bottle. You might be head over heels for it. It is an amazing scent, but this one is definitely my biggest disappointment. There's just something about it. I can't. It literally makes me sick to my stomach, gives me a headache. And one other person commented on one of my videos. I had done a video about bad perfume habits or bad perfume lovers' traits, if you want to check that out. But one of those habits was blind buying expensive perfumes just because the notes look good and because it's hyped up. And they said the same thing happened with them with Blanche Bete. I know I'm not the only person who has tried this blindly and disliked it. It just goes to show that you can't always trust that you're going to like a blind buy just because it's hyped up and it's beautiful and everybody likes it. One of many, I think all the perfumes in today's video were pretty highly coveted, and just none of them worked for me. So that was it for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you've tried any of these perfumes and if you also had similar experiences, or if you were tempted to buy these and you're kind of on the fence now. I hope that I saved somebody some money. Of course, just because I don't like something doesn't mean you're not gonna like it, but I always recommend to sample perfumes before you get a full bottle, or sign up for something like Royalty Scents so that you can experience these perfumes without the commitment. So like I said, everything will be listed down in the description box. Thank you again so much to Royalty Scents for working with me on this video, and I'll see you guys all very soon. Bye for now.